December 10, 2018. A slender 25-year-old Yazidi woman was called on stage at the Oslo City Hall to deliver a lecture. It was no ordinary lecture, and Nadia Murad Basitaha is no ordinary woman. As she'd started delivering her Nobel Prize lecture, time stood still in the twilight of pain and triumph.
And then I called for Nadia Murad to step forward and give her Nobel lecture. The floor is yours.
صاحب الجلالة، صاحب السمو الملكي، أصحاب السعادة، أعضاء اللجنة المشرفة، سيداتي سادتي، طاب يومكم. شكراً للجنة نوبل على هذا الشرف. إنه لشرف عظيم أن يتم تكريمي بهذه الجائزة القيمة مع صديقي الدكتور ماكويغي الذي عمل ويعمل المستحيل في سبيل تقديم المساعدة لضحايا العنف الجنسي، ويكون صوتاً لأولئك النساء اللواتي تعرضن للعنف الجنسي. اليوم أود أن أتكلم من صميم قلبي.
I want to talk to you from the bottom of my heart and to share with you how the course of my life and the life of the entire Yazidi community has changed because of this genocide, and how ISIS tried to eradicate one of the components of Iraq by taking women into captivity, killing men and destroying our pilgrimage sites and houses of worship.
Earlier, speaking at the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crimes, Nadia had shocked the world with her first-hand account of the Yazidi genocide at the hands of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Growing up in Kojo village in Iraq's Sinjar region, Nadia dreamt of setting up a beauty parlor someday and living a quiet, happy life with her family. Then, ISIS arrived. Nadia lost her mother, her 6 brothers, and their children. At the United Nations, Nadia bared her own personal story of unspeakable horror, of being captured as a sex slave like 3,000 other women in Sinjar.
When I was here last December, I testified about crimes, the crimes of the so-called Islamic State committed against me and against the Yazidi community. I told you of how ISIS attacked my village of Kocho, how they rounded up all the men and killed more than 700 of them in one day, including 6 of my brothers. I told you that my mother was killed along with other older women. And I recounted that I was enslaved by ISIS for sexual slavery, like more than 6,000 other Yazidi women and children. I spoke about my ordeal, how we were both sold and traded like property. I also explained to you how I was raped by ISIS militants multiple times per day. Since I first sat here before you, until now, ISIS' genocidal campaign against Yazidis has continued. Until this moment, over 3,000 Yazidis remain in captivity today. More than 350,000 Yazidis, along with more than 1.5 million refugees, continue to live under difficult conditions in the Kurdistan region of Iraq. In my own family, 2 of my sisters-in-law, 2 nieces, and 2 nephews are still hostages of ISIS. Since last year, my beloved niece Catherine was killed in an explosion as she sought to escape ISIS territory on foot. she was 18 years old. My family has tried to rescue my nephew Malik, now 13 years old. Malik has sometimes called us from captivity, and we found out that he has been held at an ISIS training camp in Raqqa and trained as a child soldier. A few months ago, a rescuer was able to find Malik alone at a bakery in Raqqa. Malik refused to try and escape with the rescuer, saying that Yazidis are infidels who should convert and join ISIS. I was worried sick that he will soon be on the front lines. And another one of my nieces, Nasreen, remains in captivity. She was just 16 years old when she was kidnapped by ISIS. As we sit here having this discussion, she's probably being tortured by ISIS militants 3 times her age.
Nadia and her people practice the Yazidi religion, one of the faiths of ancient Mesopotamia which has survived despite waves of attacks and genocide across centuries. Archaeologists have discovered Sumerian tablets and other artifacts which point to the religion dating back to the 3rd millennium before Christ, or BCE, of the modern calendar. So the faith is about 5,000 years old. The Yazidi religion has some similarities with Zoroastrianism, the faith of the Parsis. Yazidis also have in common with Hindus their belief in reincarnation and cleansing of the soul through many births. Yazidis worship one god, who is named Shued. They have been targeted again and again in the past because many Muslims still believe they are worshippers of Shaitan or evil. However, this Shaitan in question, Tayyuz Melek, is the one who Yazidis revere as the commander of angels. This little misunderstanding, or simply a difference in views, has led to an innocent, peace-loving, non-missionary, monotheistic people being slaughtered again and again in history. Killed, captured, raped, converted, robbed, and driven away from home. And yet, the Yazidi people have survived. And after the darkest time, when Daesh came knocking, the Yazidis are slowly rising again.